So you want to change your pet's diet. You want to start a new diet for your dog or cat. But how do you go about doing this to make sure that they will definitely eat it and you're not left with an unwanted bag of food? Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Avery from ourpetshealth.com, helping you and your pet to live a healthier, happier life. And if it's your first time here, consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification down below to make sure you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. So there are a large number of reasons why we might want to change our dog or our cat's diet. They might have developed a condition such as kidney disease, and you want to start feeding a specific prescription diet as recommended by your vet. They might have aged, and so you want to switch them from an adult maintenance diet to a senior diet, or from a kitten diet to an adult diet. You might have realised that they're overweight and you want to change them to a diet that's better to help them lose that weight and become much healthier. Or you might just want to change and feed them something that you think might be a little bit healthier and better quality for them. So whatever the reason, these next tips will help you transition and change onto a new diet for your dog or cat. So to start with, all diets differ in how much we should feed them. And so we need to work out how much you should feed of your new diet. So the first starting point for this is going to be the packaging material. So they generally have a list and a recommendation of amount to feed depending on what the weight of your dog or cat is. So while this is a good starting point, I do feel that they often overestimate the amount that needs to be fed. And especially if your pet is overweight, then you will need to reduce that a little bit. Now I actually have a very good calculator, and if you sign up to my newsletter, which is linked down below, then that will help you work out what your pet's ideal weight is and how much you should feed them of any diet, whichever one you choose to feed. So once we've worked out how much we need to be feeding, the next step is to gradually transition them over a period of 7 to 14 days. Although if you've got a fussy eater, then potentially taking a little bit longer, maybe 3 to 4 weeks would be a good idea. And what we do is we slowly increase the amount of the new diet that's being fed, while at the same time reducing the amount of the old diet. So for the first few days, we might want to feed a quarter of the new diet and mix that in with 3/4 of the old diet. Make sure that that's all mixed in, and that will mean that your pet probably won't even notice that they're eating anything different. As time goes on, then we just slowly increase that proportion. So maybe after a week, we start feeding 50-50, so half of the new diet, half of the old diet, so that by the time we reach our end point, so let's say 2 weeks, then 100% of what we're feeding is the new diet. So changing a diet this way just makes it very likely that your pet probably won't even notice the difference in what they're being fed. So another way that can help change your pet's diet is to actually start feeding the new diet as treats. Now obviously this will only really work if you're feeding a biscuit-based diet, but what you can do is when you're out on walks, when you're playing, is just have a handful of biscuits handy and give them as treats. So that way your dog will associate them with really having fun and with a good time, and it's more likely to then eat them when you put them in their bowl. If you do this alongside that transition, then the chances are that if your pet's not fussy and not got any other problems, then they will transition to that new diet without a problem. So if at the end of the transition period, your dog or cat is just not eating their new diet, then it might be time to change onto a different diet of a similar make, similar brand, or with a similar purpose. We all have our personal preferences and what foods we like to eat, and our dogs and cats can sometimes be the same, although the vast majority will eat what you want them to if we just take things nice and slowly. So if you've got a particularly fussy dog or cat and you really do struggle to get them to eat anything different, then I've got another video linked down below that's all about how to get your fussy dog to eat, and a lot of those tips will also apply to cats, so check that video out if you really think that your dog or your cat will struggle to change diet. So I hope that's given you a few ideas and will help you transition diet smoothly. Doing that smooth transition also means you're highly unlikely to get any tummy upsets, vomiting or diarrhea from happening as well. So until next time, I'm Dr. Alex from Our Pets Health, because they're family.